sjá dreggjana á ferli neðan vor. It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val-human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to the Banner Saga, a little indie turn-based RPG. A little bit of Viking Saga here and various other things going on. This has been out for a while, but it's been something that's been on my list. I've heard it's a really good game, and since I enjoyed Transistor and a few other of the turn-based variety, I thought I'd take a look at it. And one of the interesting things there is that cutscene a little bit earlier was running at 24 frames per second, which is the movie frame rate. So I was kind of funny to see that going there. But anyway, you've arrived just in time. The chieftain in red and his men are now looking at a tougher fight than they bargained for. Click and drag around the screen to see your surroundings. Click check mark to continue. All right, so we can take a look around. Very cool artwork. Very, very cool. Alright, and let's do this. These portraits show the order of initiative, taking turns from left to right. Your allies are blue, the enemy is red. It is your turn to act. Movement happens before action. The ring shows your shield banger is active. The blue tiles around him show where he can move. Some characters will fill more tiles than others. The horned allies are a race of giants called Varl, who take up to 4 tiles each, while humans fill a single tile. This can have a huge impact on your strategy. Click the tile you want to move to, then click the check mark to confirm. Move your shield banger here to get them into attack range. Okay. To target an enemy, click the tile on which they stand. Any ally tiles are blue, the enemies are red. Target this enemy now by clicking his tile. You can choose to either attack the enemy's strength in red or break his armor. The numbers beneath each icon, 2 and 5, show the damage you will do to that stat. Alright. Strength counts as both health and damage. A loss of 2 strength means you'll now do 2 less damage. If strength falls to 0, this character falls in battle. Armor blocks strength damage, but can be reduced by a break attack. By breaking armor, you open them up to take more damage in the future. This enemy has only 5 strength remaining. A strength attack will kill him. Click the fist now to attack his strength, then confirm your choice. Alright. He's down. Next time you make a kill, your renown grows, which is used later to improve your characters. After taking an action, your turn ends. Next up is the enemy. Turns always alternate, even if you are outnumbered. Despite being at full strength, the chieftain will do little damage against your shieldbanger's high armor. Now it's your Warhawk's turn. He appears to be out of range of these enemies, but all characters can use willpower to boost their actions. Willpower is a limited resource, so use it wisely. Clicking on gold tiles, the character can move further than usual at the cost of 1 willpower per gold tile. Red pulsing tiles beneath your enemy show how close you'll have to get to be in range. Move your Warhawk into attack range now. Alright. Standard attacks only affect a single enemy, but your Warhawk has a special ability that gives him a unique advantage. Click your Warhawk's tile to access his ability. Okay, I guess Tempest then? Description of the ability will appear in the tooltips below. Blah, blah, blah. Allows them to slam multiple enemies at once. Select an enemy and then confirm your choice. Oh, yes. Nice. That made quick work of the chieftain's bodyguards. When there's only one enemy left, players enter pillage mode. During pillage, each character moves in order, and there are no more guaranteed turns. Check the initiative to see how the order has changed. Your allies now get to move twice in a row. If a character does not move on his turn, he can rest to regain 1 willpower. The chieftain will rest his turn. Looks like the chieftain is in some trouble. Your shieldbanger won't be able to finish your job with a normal attack, but willpower can be used to boost your damage. Click the chieftain's tile to attack. Click the fist, and then the stars above the fist to add willpower. Number of stars available each turn are determined by your exertion stat. You'll see the damage number go up as you add willpower. Click a star and then green check mark and kill the enemy. Alright. And we have done it. The foe's lying dead at your feet. I didn't get to read all that. Okay. We got +5 on our renown.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the dreads arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more dreads to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. A dozen families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his last. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I'm in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal, I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
That's a lot of bodies on those steps. Chapter 1. Only the sun has stopped. You're approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. He cuts to the chase. Eirik, steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Ubin, isn't it? It is. The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. What did you have in mind? Scaffoldings that you didn't hack up in the Great Hall scattered after you took out their chieftain. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. Was hoping you'd join me in the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. Alright, so all we have to click on here is the market, so let's go there. Let me handle this. You meander through rows of open-faced houses and eroded stalls. Colored canvases flap on a briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. Had, I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. The Scaffings chieftain bled out about an hour ago, Had. So when you tell me what rat anus the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's going to try to kill you this time. I didn't talk to... They don't talk to me. Let's see. I don't have the patience for this. Had sweats visibly, fumbling with some dirty trinkets on his table. Wait, just buy one of these. If everybody thinks I'm getting worked over every week, how am I supposed to know much? Just a little food money, yeah? Alright, pay him. You toss a sliver of silver on the table. Both men look at you with surprise. Had gestures meekly to a variety of junk from his stall. Take whatever you like. Only thing I'd like is the name of a place. Nobleman, up by East Wall. But that was months ago. Last I know. Had skulks away with a wave of Irik's hand, gathering things from his hovel. Disappearing for a while until this blows over, you figure. Your bodyguard steps forward. Are we done here? Good enough. Were you wearing green back at the Great Hall? No, just bought them while you were walking around. Why? You look like a frog. They look good. I'm glad you care. Goes off to look at more stalls. Irik, that man of yours seemed unreliable at best. The blind dog wouldn't trust Had, but he used to be a scaffling. If they're licking their wounds, they're probably gone to old haunts, not new ones. Nobleman is a mead hall? Best I can tell, the name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of those skulls in the ground. I'm going to find him. I'll meet you there. Where's this place again? Nobleman is halfway up the hill, towards the Great Hall. You won't miss it. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. I'll remind him. Alright, let's go to the mead house. You arrive in front of what must be Nobleman. A few minutes later, Irik appears with a weather-beaten man introduced as Valgard. I'll point them out, Irik says over his shoulder. Ready? Let's get it over with. That's the spirit, says Valgard. Okay, here we go. Valgard boots the front door open so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Irik is already at the head of the table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed, drunken scalfings scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables and mead steins in the process. Gonna have ourselves a good old bar fight. Alright, let's have ourselves a good old bar fight here. A little look around. Very, very cool. Very cool artwork here. Art style. I like it. Already up. And what do we got? This guy looks like he needs to get up in front. So let's put him over here. Alright, end the turn. These guys move forward a bit. You can come up here. No, let's not do that. Let's do let's have him come over here. Maybe. Good. And I'll have the big boys up in front here, I think. This will work out well. I can't attack yet. Okay. And turn there. There we go. Come on up here. We'll do a little Tempest, I'd say. And do this. Nice. Took them out in one shot. Alright, that's what I am talking about right there. Alright, now I'll have him come up here. Engage this guy. Attack. And we got 2 damage we can do. Or we can knock down his armor a bit. Let's do the 2 damage, I say. Good, and have him come up here now. I don't think I'm in range to attack anybody yet. Ooh, ouch. Okay. Yeah, we'll come on over here. Like this. And we will go and attack this guy. 4 damage, that'll be nice. Get him down to half strength. Another attack here. Oh yeah, we can just knock him right out right away. Let's do that. Oh, did that attack actually go through 2 of them? Oh, it did, it looks like. Nice. Alright. So we will attack this guy and get rid of him. And this guy here, what we got? 2? Yeah, I guess we're going to just have to do... Let's do 4 against this guy. Knock him down to half. Ooh, wow. Ooh. That is... He ran right through me. What do I have here? I've got... okay, that doesn't... It's not quite what I thought it would be. Alright, so this guy we can do... Actually, what does this guy have? I can't attack him. He's too far away. Alright, we'll do 4. Actually, do 5 and just get rid of this guy. Alright. Nice, and then this guy, we can do 5 damage. Sweet. Come on over here and attack this guy. For 5, just get rid of him. Alright. Now we're in pillage mode. Okay. And that's the end of that turn there. And then come over here, I guess. Let's see if I can attack this guy. Can I? No, he's too far away. Alright. Just attack him with this guy. He doesn't stand a chance anyway. Very good. Alright. Not so bad. I am playing on normal difficulty, by the way, so it's not... I was tempted to play on easy, but we'll try normal for right now, unless I get incredibly stuck somewhere. It's got +9 renown on that. There they are. Gods be damned. I've got to go wash off this blood. Eirik is looking out the hall's windows onto the bay. A fleet of longships approach with sails of bold reds and blues. One banner I know well, Wagner. Next for Varl kinship, last we spoke. The other flag? Looks important. Yeah, important guests. See what I deal with all day long? Things makes a little more sense. You hoped I'd have a stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guests arrived. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there are no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the Great Hall before they come by. Can I ask one more favor? What is it? If you happen to stall our guests down on the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Eirik and Valgard hustle from the mead house. To his credit, Eirik tosses the barkeep a spar of silver for the mess. You give an apologetic... I'm assuming that's apologetic. Ooh, man, okay, it's not that late at night. An apologetic shrug and go to greet the new arrivals down at the docks. Alright, let us go down to the docks and take a hello and good night to these guys. Wagner. A familiar Varl steps onto the docks. In your mind, you recall a much younger version, tramping the halls of Grofheim, I guess. Abundant in purpose. Gods, Ubin, you're looking ancient. Comes with being old, and if there's Wagner, there must be Haken. Haken? I guess that's Haken. Must there? Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid old yaks. At what age do you lose a sense of shame? Yon dear demands it. I'll take that over a lingering to death in Grofheim. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. Just returned from Aberang, in fact. And glad for it. Haken motions to the other ships in the bay, sails still fluttering. Golden wolf head emblazoned on red. The king of men, or someone on his behalf. The king's whelp. The king's son, Ludin. Don't you know, Scrivener? We visit his capital. He visits ours. It's how you make alliances these days. It's a miserable waste of time. Yes, Haken has it. I'd almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around, Haken. Then you're going to Grofheim? I have the distinct feeling I finished my business in Strand and was heading there myself. We should caravan. We should. Give it a day. In better circumstances, I'd drink a week away, but... let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What he's trying to say is the prince is a delight to behold. Where is Mogwir? Haken? Have him find a place to put up warriors. I'm heading up to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognize a few others are strangers to you. Guess I'm off to find Mogwir. See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be along. The young prince of men ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Ludin looks for all the world the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. The long road back to Grofheim should be more interesting than most years, you think? Wariness suddenly settles in, and you chuckle to yourself about what an odd day it has been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to join Wagner's caravan tomorrow, it might not hurt to share a drink with Haken, or introduce yourself to the prince they spoke so highly of. Let us talk to the prince, I guess. Is this the right place? You find the prince at an inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed Varl who must be working for Ludin. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Ludin. Yes? You're with Wagner? I don't remember you. Not exactly. I have known Wagner a long time. I'll be joining you back to Grofheim with my guards. Ludin looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react. Why? I work for the king, carrying tithes to the capital. We crossed by chance. Oh, a tax collector. Fine company. What do you want? Just to introduce myself. You collect taxes for the Varl territories? A true pleasure. Yes. And awkwardness hangs in the air like a thick fog. You take the opportunity to depart. Alright, that didn't go quite so well. I guess we could do a little drinking here and there. Scrivener? You find Haken in a mead house surrounded by other Varl. Strand is no longer to Varl. Strand is no stranger to Varl, but rarely sees this many. Haken waves you over. Went straight for a flagon? Wagner's the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway. You already missed the massacre. Every year I make the rounds collecting taxes. Every year it's the human settlements that give me trouble. No surprise. What this time? When I got here, the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We added a few more. Ha! Humans! I guess if only I lived as long as a Yok's fart, I might be desperate to make something of myself, too. It's not too late to start trying, Haken. Haken lets slip a low chuckle. Any Varl would recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting a swath through Dredge at Valgnir's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here, I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point, just another reason to get back to Grofheim. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the meat house becomes overbearing, then step back into the cool air outside. Alright, let's head to the Great Hall. At dawn, you're awoken by delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Damn hard to tell with a sun that never moves. The governor's crest adorns the supply leathers. All there, just as promised, to your mild surprise. You wonder if Eirik had anything to do with that. Your guards take the treasure wagon down to the gates. Valgnir is already here. A while later, Ludin and his men appear, groggy and disheveled. Mogir steps forward, Valgnir's quartermaster, if you recall correctly, in charge of his unwieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing. He asks if you're ready to depart. We're ready. You follow Mogir and join the others. Usually the smaller doors set into the gates would be enough to enter or leave the city, but the town guards have been told to push them open entirely. They mutter things under their breath that are best not heard. Perhaps the governor expected you to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of the sort. Just frustrated, tired people. It summarizes Strand well as a whole, you think. And our party begins their journey across the beaten lands. Egg beater lands. And with that, we have reached the end of this episode. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.